John, aka Sooks here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a minecart booster. Sort of a traditional booster. It's made without any booster rails, but this booster is many times more effective than any of the traditional boosters that we have seen so far. So, pretty much the basic concept behind this booster is we're going to stuff as many minecarts as humanly possible into this tube right here. And what that's going to do is it's going to cause the minecarts to sort of compress together and get really springy kind of thing. And when those minecarts collide with our minecart, it will give our minecart enough inertia to keep going for a very long time. So, as you can see, this circuit is closed at the moment, so if any minecarts were in this booster right now, they would be unable to escape. However, as you can see, we have a memory latch right here, just a basic, single basic memory cell, just shaped to fit our needs. So, any minecart that is coming into the booster, we're pretending that that goes off into the distance and that is the way our rail is set up, will cross this sensor rail. There is a way to do this without sensor rails, and I'll show you that over there. It'll cross this sensor rail, which, as you can see, opens this circuit. So if this minecart were to continue past, it would then escape the circuit, but the thing is we don't want our other minecarts that are part of the booster to escape, so after this minecart escapes, it will encounter this sensor rail, which will once again close the circuit. And the minecart will continue, and instead of going off into the distance, we'll go into a circle and go in circles for a really long time because I'm lazy. So, let's see it in action. First thing we're going to want to do is load up the booster. And to do that, I'd say the easiest way is to load it in from the front. But before we do that, we want to make sure to remove this redstone, because we don't want to load the booster while it can open. We want the booster to be closed while we're loading it, because it's going to get pretty pressurized in there. So the reason we have this incline here is to make sure that the minecarts fall down into there. If you watch, if I drop it here, it will not go in. So it pretty much just simulates the inertia that you would hopefully come in with to get here. So I'm going to put in maybe, probably more than 27, a good number of minecarts, so it's going to take a couple seconds. The most distance we've gotten on this configuration is 15,087 meters. That's converts to about 9.3 miles. Our minecart was pretty much going non-stop for a little over half an hour. So this booster is definitely, the power of it just doesn't even compare to the boosters that we've seen in the past. It's so many times more powerful. And just one more stack in here, just to make sure that it's nice and powered up. You can actually put too many minecarts in here, and you'll know when that happens because one of the minecarts will shoot back into this block back here and will turn black. If you've seen that glitch before, it has to do with shading. But once you reach that point, the booster will no longer work. As you can see, I did enclose my booster in glass. I did it in glass just so you could see it, but it is somewhat imperative that you do enclose the entire booster, because the extreme pressure that occurs in this system is enough to cause minecarts to fly off in completely random directions. So this way we don't lose any minecarts. As you can see, all the minecarts collect into one spot, and if you saw when I dropped that one minecart in, it caused all of these to launch upward into our system. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit it. for the first run, I'm just gonna, as you can see, I replaced that redstone to make sure everything's working properly. I'm gonna see what happens. Minecart goes down, gets launched out, all our minecarts get sent back, and our minecart buddy is going to be going in circles for a very, very, very long time. So, let me catch him. So as you can see, this booster is, well actually you might not be able to see it because I didn't sit there and wait for half an hour, but this booster is very effective. So, it's also in this configuration 100% reliable. It will never break, it will never fail, and it's pretty much all around perfect. For those of you purists, if you want to see the configuration with no sensor rails, if you're playing alpha or something, I don't know, here it is over here. This one's a little more complicated. I have it preloaded. The way that this one works is my minecarts are hurting. That happens sometimes. I can explain that in some other video. Same setup, pretty much. The blue wool shows where I had to make modifications. So pretty much when the minecart comes in, it will boost next to this minecart, as is the nature of minecarts, which will cause this minecart to boost this minecart, which will cause this minecart to press this pressure plate, which is the equivalent of that one little sensor rail right there. Little complicated, but hey, it works. It's 100% reliable in this setup. It really definitely complicated the circuit a bit. I'll get into that a bit later. You also have to extend the circuit in this one because you have to have your minecart activate same sensor setup right here. But you have to have it activate so that when your minecart leaves, this closes almost immediately so that you don't lose any carts. In this configuration, this is perfectly easy to do, and perfect setup. The pressure pad will activate the latch once again, and it'll flip the latch. This latch is a basic latch, it's just I had to make a few minor adjustments. In this case, I had to lower the redstone circuit because it was activating the rail above here, which is really bad. It messes up all those switches we've got up there. We just don't want that. And I had to do the same thing here, and to do that I ended up using a dual inverter kind of thing going on here. It's just a double inversion, it's not really complicated, but in this setup it guarantees that we don't mess up any of the rail systems that are going on up there. So, I haven't tested this one, and I'm going to pray that it works. Here we go. It goes, it launches, and there we go. So that one's going to be going for probably a solid half an hour. As I said, we made it 15,000 meters. There are no minecart boosters in existence which even compare to this degree of inertia that we get out of this system. And you can go up a huge hill with this. I mean, it really doesn't matter at this point. Another nice thing about this booster setup is, as you can see, it keeps your track in line. It'll keep everything at the same exact height. You just have to have a little space underground. So if we had this in line back here, and we had a little speed coming in so that we fell in, it would work perfectly. So, yeah. Thanks for your time, and peace out.